So telling you the disclaimer first, this is not an entertainment video, not a dance reel or a song video or a stand-up comedy. This is a discussion video about two topics, a normal informal discussion, nothing more. I can't promise you entertainment, but what I can promise is some knowledge with a little bit of humor. That's all. Yes, humor is complimentary, it may or may not be there. You have to find out yourself. So the two topics are there. First is about impeachment of a judge. That is very rare. It hasn't happened yet in Indian history. And so we'll talk about Operation Sindhu, but that is a less interesting part because Operation Sindhu was done on Pakistan, which is not interesting at all. There is nothing interesting in Pakistan we can discuss about. What is there interesting except some comedy from the politicians there, which I too love. There is nothing interesting. So coming to the first part only about the impeachment. So first time in the Indian history a impeachment is being conducted against a sitting judge. Well, this generation has seen many of such first time events that have happened already. We have seen the pandemic, we have seen a war even. We have seen RCB winning a trophy. What you can else expect that is going to come? But talking about the impeachment, what is the chronology? In very simple few words, what happened? A judge X, named X, I'll not take the name. I don't want to be a part of any defamation case. I'm a very simple, cool guy. I don't want to be a part of any contempt proceedings against me. So a judge X, suppose a judge X is there in Allahabad High Court. He gets transferred to Delhi High Court. People say that he was a very hard-working judge and Delhi High Court had a lot of burden on it. So to lessen the burden, to lessen the papers there, he was sent there. Now I don't know whether the papers were of the files, the court files or Gandhiji's, but he was sent there. In Delhi High Court on March 14th, yes, March 14th, a fire broke out. The fire department sent workers to their house. The workers went there, and while extinguishing the fire, and at that time the judge and his wife were not there, some other family members were there. So while extinguishing the fire, in the video which also surfaced later, some bundles of note were found. I would say a stack of bundles. Some say 2.5 feet high. 2.5 feet is like more than this much, and even 500 ones. So you can expect. Then on March 14, this all was done, but no one could knew about this news. After merely, I think 4, 5 or 6 days, only one newspaper in this whole country publishes a very small article claiming that some stacks of cash was found at a judge's house in Delhi High Court. Now the breaking news starts all over the media. One news channel specifically thanks to the Republic Bharat. When all stopped even, that continued. Breaking news, judge and the executive was already sitting there to find the thing. Executive was already against the collegium system. And executive was always looking for opportunity to push the judiciary to a good one. Now, all over the world, all over the India, cash found, corruption, you talk about corruption, everything. Now the Supreme Court says, yes, cash was found or not. We have to conduct an inquiry. Inquiry gets conducted out. In that inquiry, even the photos and video of that house when the fireworkers had gone to extinguish the fire, it gets surfaced upon, it gets released into the public domain. Now what happens? Now happens in that first in-house inquiry report that the Chief Justice of the Delhi High Court itself was conducting, he said, yes, according to the prima facie, it appears the cash was found. Now, the Supreme Court says now we'll hire a 3 members inquiry committee to look into it. And temporarily, we'll take his work. We'll take his judicial work. He will not be assigned any work. In the meantime, the same judge named X gets transferred to his parent, Allahabad High Court. Now here's the matter, fun matter. The Delhi High Court says he is not our judge, he is not our man, he had came from Allahabad. The Allahabad High Court lawyers, were saying that no, he is also not our man. He was sent to Delhi only, so keep him there. We are not a trash bin. So now just look where he was sended. The people there are also saying no, he is not our man. From where he was sended, there also the people are saying no, he is not our man. Now in the meantime, he remains suspended, what you call in judicial terms. He was not assigned any judicial work, so yes, you could call him suspended. In the meantime, according to some sources, I would not name any of any sources, but according to the reports that were showing upon, surfacing upon the news channel, media channels, the inquiry, the 3 members inquiry later, the second inquiry report said yes, the cash was found. Now what happens? Some news channels were saying Sanjeev Khanna, the then CGI, wrote to the Prime Minister or to the President about the impeachment. And now finally, the government is saying we'll bring upon the impeachment. So this is the first time an impeachment is being carried out against a judge. What is impeachment? Is it a simple process? No, not at all. Firstly, 100 members of the Lok Sabha, 50 members of the Rajya Sabha need to sign a draft requesting the impeachment of such and such judge. At least 100 members of Lok Sabha. And then they have to give and ask for permission to the Speaker. And it is upon to the discretion of the Speaker that whether he will permit the impeachment motion against such and such judge to be moved in the House or not. Well, let's say 100 members sign, the Speaker allows, it comes in. Now what will happen? There will be a discussion, a brief discussion in both the houses. After the discussion, you have to vote. And this impeachment motion does not only gets fulfilled in a simple majority, but in fact 2/3 majority. Let me talk about what is simple, what is 2/3. Simple, 1 vote more than half. And 2/3 is much complex and much harder to vote. But what to say? It is a rule. Now let's say even if it gets passed, the same complexity in the Rajya Sabha. 50 members need to sign, the Speaker should allow, discussion, 2/3 majority needed. Then after that, the President should allow it. And the President should have to carry out a speech, a detailed speech, explaining why the impeachment had to be carried out and why the judge has to be removed. And then he need to thereafter notify according to the gadget. Now, such is a very complex process. And no judge till now in the Indian history has been able to impeach upon. But this time it is a serious matter. This time even the Communist Party of India, even the Congress Party has agreed and supported the government on his stance to remove the aforesaid judge. Now some people are saying the collegium system is responsible. Some people are saying no, it's just a bunch of black sheep in the whole system who are trying to defy it. Firstly, this question is not about the judicial accountability. This question is not about the judicial appointments. This is a question about judicial accountability. What need not to change is the judicial appoint system, but what needs to change and what needs to be brought upon is a judicial accountability system. Why? You talk about the collegium system. Some people, that is also a point of debate that whether it is good or whether it is not. What my stance on it is, the executive says, judges appoint judges, there is family members of some judges become judges and it carries upon no deserved member could become a judge. That is the stance of those who are against the collegium system. But what I say, is there not family members in the executive part? Is not their family members being politicians, one after the other, their father, their son, their daughter in the politics, in the executive. So why only in judiciary? And if it is up to the judicial officers, the judges should give an exam to qualify, then I would say it should be also for the post of prime minister. Then it should to be for the post of the president. Then why not? Why not? If the exams are to be carried out for the post of the Chief Justice of India, for the post of Supreme Court of India, for the posts of judges of the High Courts, Chief Justice of the High Court, then why not for the executive? Why not for the Home Minister, Defense Minister, Information and Technology Minister? Let us see who gets the post then. That's not how it works. Both are correct at their own place. Yes, judicial accountability is also needed at this time. I am not denying it. What was done was very shameful for this part of the history of the country. But what to say? It is a topic of debate, discussion. Let's see what happens. Could the government bring out an impeachment or not? Talking about the Operation Sindoor, Operation Sindoor, operation carried out by India in retaliation to Pakistan's Pahalgam attack, everyone knows. Who denied firstly Operation Sindoor? Primarily, who denied about India's Operation Sindoor, that India had been pressurized from the US? It was not Pakistan. It was people from our own country. I'm sorry, but they were from the opposition of India. Pakistan never used the words of pressurize, the names of US or Donald Trump. It was the opposition of India who first used the words, who first used the names of Donald Trump, of US, of pressurization to Indian government from US. That's what I think. If the Pakistan didn't have the guts to say that US pressurized India to bow on their knees, then why opposition of India is saying such things? And it's not the whole opposition. I say a bunch, a very small bunch. And you are you are acknowledging and you are accepting the talks of which person? That Donald Trump. Nobody takes him seriously nowadays, believe me. Even in the streets of America nowadays, I was seeing a video. A journalist was saying, you heard about Donald Trump, he's saying that now the immigration will be stopped completely, no illegal immigration, no legal immigration even. The American citizens say, who? That Trump, our president. We don't take him seriously, he is a comedian. I don't say, the citizens say. He's a very frank person. I would say, in trying to become a cool guy, he has become a fool guy.